Camp Mystic will not be open for girls this summer. The camp announced this afternoon it was withdrawing its applications for a license to reopen for the upcoming summer session.
This comes after 27 campers and counselors died when a flash flood on the Guadalupe River swept everything in its path away last July. Adele Uchida has more on what lawmakers are saying about the decision.
Camp Mystic will not open to campers this summer. That's the announcement from the camp today, which says in part, today is not about camp operations. It is about a respect for the families, accountability to the public, and reverence for the memory of lives lost. Just 2 days ago, one of the owners of Camp Mystic was telling state lawmakers they wanted to open for the summer. That was during the joint Texas Senate and House Investigating Committee.
We are ready, Senator. We've talked to hundreds of families, and Katie and I are going to be the directors along with any of my family. And we just, as we said, we're making those corrections, and they will be submitted today or tomorrow.
One of the obstacles faced by the Eastland family, which owns Camp Mystic, was its application for a license this summer. Last week, the Texas Department of State Health Services found deficiencies across 22 categories in the emergency plan they submitted.
I need to know with confidence that the contempt that they showed by filing an application that was so deficient on the very heart of what we were trying to accomplish is in one consideration and enough.
In a Facebook post today, State Representative Wes Verdell wrote, in regards to Camp Mystic's announcement that the Eastlands, just like so many others, has suffered the devastating loss of loved ones and the campers they cared for, Dick Eastland gave his life trying to save lives. In an interview with CBS Austin on Wednesday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick continued to urge that Camp Mystic not be granted a license.
We understand what the Eastland family's going through, but these parents are going through much, much, much more, and they should not have their license renewed.
He responded to today's news on X, writing, quote, I am thankful to hear that today the Eastland family withdrew their application. Given the tragic circumstances, this is the correct decision to protect Texas campers and allow time for all investigations to be completed.
That was Adele Uchida reporting. In a statement, Camp Mystic says it will continue to cooperate with all ongoing investigations and comply with all legal requirements.